Hey guys, I'm TanookieToons, and after numerous requests, and by numerous requests I mean one of my IRL friends asked me to make a tutorial of some sort, I've decided to show you guys how I make what I call character design. Also, before I get into that, I just want to say at the start, this is probably one of my favorite pieces of art I've ever made. I have no idea why, I just like it. Now, before we can actually, start drawing a character, we need to think of something to draw. Now, what I like to do, I like to think of three of the most random words I can think of. Just three words that no one would ever put together in a single sentence. For instance, for this drawing, I chose blind, samurai, and catfish. Now, these don't have to be, completely random words. They can be like from a certain theme or whatever. Just three words that you need to put together for an idea to, kind of get the brain going. Now, after I come up with my three words, I need to, and this is going to sound kind of weird, I need to think of a color palette. Now, like I said, this is kind of weird because, shouldn't I draw the character beforehand and see, what colors I think would work best? While that is true for most people, or some people, I don't know, your mind, I tend to, get better results when I'm working with a limited color palette and just trying to think of character design from there. Then, afterwards, after I got my words, I got my color palette, then that is when I hit the sketchbooks and I just draw. I just draw whatever comes to my mind after, these word prompts and colors. And pro tip, never go with your first design because 9 times out of 10, you'll always think of something better. Like, guarantee it. Then, after numerous hours, when I finally have a design I'm comfortable with, then I go to my drawing tablet or piece of paper, I don't know what medium you use, and then I just draw a bunch of thumbnail sketches. Just think what pose he would be in, what kind of background he'd be in, stuff like that. Just do that until you, again, finally have something you're happy with. Now, these are going to take a while, at least for me, at least. I don't know, it could take like 3 minutes. But just to warn you, it's not going to be a quick process. And then, afterwards, once I finally have everything done, then I rough sketch it. Now, rough sketching is kind of hard to explain. It's the blue lines that you see in some people's art where it's just full, like basically three-dimensional, and it just helps. It's the building blocks, basically. Yeah, it's the building blocks. Now, here is where the fun begins. See, now I gotta actually draw the character. Now, before I, add the black ink and stuff on, typically I like to kind of sketch it out, a bit rougher line work in red, because red contrasts blue really easily. So I just sketch that out, and then, after I'm finally done with that, because that takes me forever, then I add the black ink, which is a lot easier to do after the red part because, well, you can basically just trace it with cleaner line work. Then, finally, after all that's done, I gotta get to what's besides background, my least favorite part of actual character design, coloring it. Now, for some people, it's their favorite part. They just love adding color. I do not. I do not like adding it. But if I want the art to look good, which I do, I kind of gotta add it. Jeez, this is a long video. Alright, afterwards, once I got, the base colors on there, I know the basic idea of what he looks like. I gotta add the shading. Now, I don't mind shading. Shading is pretty fun. And you gotta make sure, you have a good light source, a consistent light source, so you're not just adding shadows willy-nilly. But yeah, what I tend to do, I like to draw a circle and then just act like all the light is just radiating off of that and just add the shadows from that. It helps me a bit. So I don't know if it'll work for you, but that's what I do. Now, when you're shading, never just make it the same color you were using and add black. Don't do that. Always kind of hue shift it a little bit so that it's a bit darker on the color spectrum. So that way you'll just, I don't know, it just makes it look a bit livelier. Now, all that stuff I said about coloring, that's nothing compared to drawing the background. Now, some people are background artists, some people are character artists. I'm a character artist. I don't know anything about drawing a background. So, what I tend to do for some of my lesser works of art, I just tend to just draw a circle with a color from the opposite color spectrum of the main color. Wow, that's a lot of color on the picture. Now, for the art I actually gotta post, to this YouTube channel, besides that penguin one I did in like an hour, I gotta draw the background, and that just, I hate it. I just hate it. Well, congratulations, you now have a finished art piece the Tanuki way. I did not have as much to say on this topic as I thought I did. Wow. Alright, well, there's a significant portion of the video left. I don't feel like talking. So, just listen to the sweet Subnautica music. I've had a lot of fun today, but I gotta go. TanookieToons out.